This is the T-Mobile Wing, the carrier's follow-up to the MDA. The two devices are awfully similar. However, the Wing has a new slightly slicker form factor, a 2-megapixel camera, which is an upgrade over the 1.3 unit in last year's version. And most importantly, this is one of the first devices to launch in the US with Windows Mobile 6. This is Professional Edition, what used to be called Pocket PC. In other words, it actually has a touchscreen. Like most Windows mobile phones, the Wing is chock full of buttons. On the front are a D-pad with a center select key, soft keys that you'll notice are very far away from the soft key labels. In fact, we kind of kept losing them in our head, so we wound up pressing the screen a lot instead of actually using the keys down here. The Windows and OK keys and send and end keys. As you can see, the send and end keys are raised slightly from the surface of the soft keys so that they're easy to press and easy to find without looking. On the right-hand side, where the camera key would normally be, is a stylus. Then a quick jump to the messaging center, as well as the voice activation button. On the top is the on-off button that's also used to turn the screen on once it locks. And on the other side, where you might find a stylus, is the camera button, because the camera is on the other side of the phone from where it normally is on most phones. This is a volume rocker, and then a micro SD slot, which is behind this easy-to-remove rubber door. On the bottom is a mini USB jack that's used to charge, sync, and as a headset port. And finally, if we slide the top piece up, the keyboard lies beneath. You'll notice that when we slid this up, the screen actually came on. I think this might be one of the first HTC devices that does that. Another nice touch is that now when you're either press the shift key or you press the function key, there are LED indicators to show you that they're on. The keyboard, although it looks flat, has a slight hump for each key, which I can't manage to show you. But the annoying part is the soft keys are actually embedded into the letters. So as you can see, the R and the T and the I and the O actually share some space with the soft key. Normally, this isn't really a problem. However, you can see that when you're composing a message, the left soft key is the send key. R and T are both very popular letters, so whenever we hit one of these letters, we often hit the left soft key by accident and wound up sending half-written messages to our friends and coworkers. The other thing is that when you're holding the Wing open like this, that your right hand rests right on top of the camera. The glass protecting the lens is recessed slightly to protect it, but it's just not enough to keep fingerprints off of the lens. You'll notice that the home screen takes quite a long time to redraw. One of the things that T-Mobile has done in the interest of making things easier to find, or more discoverable as it's called in the industry, is that they've packed the home screen full of all of these widgets and icons to the point where you literally can't touch any part of the screen without activating something or other. I don't think this actually helps things any, and one of the major things it does is slows down the redraw, especially when shifting from landscape to portrait. You can see how long that takes. Although we've talked about Windows Mobile 6 before, there's a couple of things that are different about Windows Mobile Professional, that is what used to be Pocket PC, that are worth talking about. One of these you can see here. There's a Windows Live application, but then there's also one called Live Search. The confusing thing is that Windows Live gives you access to Messenger, email, and Windows Live Web Search. So then you wonder, well, what's Windows Live Search for? Well, that's actually Windows Live Local, which gives you access to maps, local restaurants, that sort of thing. You can see we can search for sushi in San Francisco and get a list of results. And then when you select a restaurant, you can actually give them a call, get directions, that sort of thing. Windows Mobile 6 Pro finally adds the Quick Find feature that's been available on Windows Mobile Smartphone, or what's now Standard Edition, for quite some time. So, from the home screen, we can actually start typing in a contact's name, and the machine will jump to the dialer, start sorting through all of our contacts' names, and allow us to quickly jump to any of the contacts and call them. Just like on Windows Mobile 6 Standard, Windows Mobile Pro finally has the full complement of Office applications, including PowerPoint Mobile. However, on PowerPoint, just like on the Standard Edition, when you open it up, you can't actually start a new presentation. You can only edit existing ones. There's no new. But in Word or Excel, just like in past versions, when you start it up, you can create a new document. Finally, the battery life is absolutely amazing. We actually lost track of how long this phone went between charges. It's that good. I know it was at least 4 days. It probably was more. But there's going to be no problem if you want to take this on a long weekend on one charge. We wish T-Mobile's second generation home screen would have had fewer icons, making it easier to use, and not even more. And we also wish that they would have upgraded the processor in the wing over the MDA. This processor is just too slow to run Windows Mobile 6, especially with all of these extras running on top of it. But other than that, it's a huge improvement and a really nice phone.